Can you hear me now? Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. All right. So, how's everybody's new year going? Hello, Fatal. Hello, Devin. This is Snowbunny Gaming, Snowbunny 426. Hello. Okay, there we go. Shouldn't have an echo now. Hello, Antonio. How are you doing this evening? Sorry, this is like my first stream, so I'm a little still trying to get understanding of everything going on here. And let's see here. That's working. That's working. It is out everywhere. Okay. Are we ready to get started? So this game is called Trooper it is a third-party game. I play on the Nintendo Switch. This is a nice point and click game if you like point and click games. This started as a Kickstarter project that ended up going to PC. Then it ended up moving to PlayStation 4 and Nintendo Switch with both physical and digital releases. I'm not sure if it's on Xbox though. It might be only digital on Xbox One though. So let's get started here. Is the volume okay for everyone? Let's see here. I need to delete that. Yes. And let's see if the game volume is good for you guys. And let's see. Yes, pull up your snacks, pull up your drinks. How's the game volume for you?
Sorry, pal. We're out of gas and your engine is boiling. Let's see if we can fix you up here. We'll be back on the road in no time. Stranded in the middle of nowhere.
Now, the one thing that was great about this game is this game comes in two languages, English and Dutch or German. I think it's German. But the game is fully voice acted and it also still has subtitles in it. So, I've played through the game once. I wanted to play it on stream because I wanted to make there's a couple different options you can go with the game.
Dad used to say, a flawless establishment needs flawless window panes.
This game is also a relatively short game. It could take about 4 hours, maybe less. And thank you everybody for hitting the like button. If you could share this out, it would be nice.
No juice.
And I'm not going to talk too much because this game is fully voice acted. So, in between, when we are
Out of gas. And the engine is overheated.
talking with people, now this game, let me give you a description of it. Trooper Brook is a thrilling mystery sci fi adventure game. Enjoy an unexpected vacation to rural Germany in a 1960s parallel universe. I kind of have a thing for sci fi. Hello, Bloody. How are you? And yes, thank you for coming to my stream. I'm going to try to catch yours later tonight. It's just that I've been falling asleep early. So let's get into this game.
Terra Incognita Scenic Highway. Next town ahead. Long shot by the sea. Sounds promising.
I finally figured out how to get the audio to come through my headphones. No, you're fine. It's just that we have a different time schedule, and whenever you're awake, I'm usually sleeping. It's just due to your previous work schedule. So, as I was saying, Bloody, before you came
My
in, this
tires
is a
should still
point and
last a couple
click
of
game.
miles.
So, and it's fully voice acted. So, I'm not going to be talking as much as I could talk just because I don't want the voice to get
At
drowned
least the
out.
code chain is unbroken.
And with this game, anytime I move my mouse, wherever I move it to, whatever highlights, that's what I'm supposed to be investigating.
Some of these constellations seem familiar. Or do they?
Also, I'm using a Nintendo Switch Pro controller. I'm kind of monitoring it because it might start doing some weird things on the screen.
Hansen's ice cream. I used to love it when I was little.
This is a game I tend to like very odd games, and with this game, the only people I see playing it usually on YouTube are PC people. So I wanted to get it out there for the Nintendo Switch that there are some games like this on the Nintendo
Somebody
Switch.
forgot their toolbox.
Because some people prefer like playing point and click games.
If it wasn't for the sand and rubble, the impenetrable darkness, the legions of bugs, and that awful smell of gasoline everywhere, this sure could make a nice place for a picnic.
Oh,
Somebody forgot their toolbox.
so when it has just the little magnifier, that's something you can just click on. When it has a hand, it's something you can interact with.
This loot box contains only some rusty pliers.
Thank you. My friend MM2K, he helped me set all of this up because I'm totally clueless when it comes to all of these things, and we ended up finding it, the chat displays and things on Restream.
Locked. Of course.
Okay.
Does it ever rain here anyway?
This is one
No
game I
way. A
played.
hidden replacement key. That was too easy. As if it wanted to be found.
This was a game that actually the manager at my GameStop suggested because she knew about it. I had no idea. Hi, Dirt. Yes, I'm streaming a game. I have time to play a game right now. Um, the manager at my GameStop actually
Locked. Of course.
suggested this game because she knows I play kind of odd games, and
It fits. That was almost too easy.
she was following this game herself. So I ended up seeing a video on it and ended up playing it and finding out I liked it.
It's pitch black. I can't even see my own hands.
How's it looking for you guys? Is it looking okay? Ouch.
There's something funny about that picture.
Let's see here. Sorry guys, I'm looking at one thing real quick. Let me close that. Okay. Okay. What's going on here? I'll figure it out momentarily. All right. How's everybody's weekend going?
Oops, a hidden switch.
All right.
This must be the main fuse.
All right. Let's see
This
here.
thing wouldn't take me far out here.
Okay. There we go. Sorry, I had to check something, make sure everything was going okay.
I know this image. Daytona Beach Race 58. What an event.
For like such a small game that this was made on,
The landscape on that picture vaguely reminds me of home.
I believe like less than 20 people made this game, but the fact that it's fully voice acted is really amazing to me.
It's a picture of a buffalo.
And I just love to go through these types of games and investigate
What I
everything.
wouldn't give to be there. Looks dusty. 20% bun, 5% cold cuts, and 75% cling film. Thanks, but no thanks.
And the one thing I do love about this is that the character does, when the mouse or the pointer gets into their field of view, they
Cherry
do
pie.
follow it.
If there's something I can't stand, it's cherry pie and hot coffee.
And this lady has a thing about cherry pie. I mean, what's wrong with pie? Pie is always good.
This is the end of nowhere. I wonder if these postcards would ever reach their destination.
And let's
This
see.
one shows a map of the area. I'll take it with me. Quite off the beaten track.
All right.
Again, that ghastly tune.
Right. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. Oh,
Extra large, no refill. Electrical cables. Zip.
all right. There we go. This is like I said, this is like a game that I,
Cold water is leaking out.
because over here you have to figure out what you need to do and
Out of
things.
gas. And the engine is overheated.
So you,
Not a chance. I need to find some gas and engine coolant first.
hello, Mar. This game is called Truberbrook. It's a point and click mystery set in Germany during the 1960s, a mystery sci fi game. It's on PC, PlayStation 4. I'm playing it on Nintendo Switch, and I think it's on Xbox One. I'm not positive.
Cold as ice. Exactly what I need.
And how are you doing today?
There you go. Have some Kool-Aid.
Yes.
Now they are working again. Drink up. You must be dying of thirst.
All right. Let's see what we can do here.
Done. Finally, we can make off again. Oh, come on. Start already. It's that darn oil pump again. Looks like we'll be stuck here for a while.
And now we start here. These games are relaxing, but can get annoying when you can't connect the dots with things. Oh, nice. I've never owned a Vita. The only thing that stopped me was the memory cards for the Vita. And then when I went to go look at purchasing one, they were still $200. And this was after Sony said they were no longer producing them. I wonder if this game is on Vita, though. Let's see. Let's see here. No, unfortunately, it's not on Vita. The Vita does, though, have a lot of visual novels on there and JRPGs. I was going to get a Vita just for JRPGs and visual novels, but now a lot of them are coming to the Switch. In fact, one of the visual novels that I might be streaming playing, it started out as a Vita game. Oh, do you have to leave your PlayStation on to do that though? For the remote play? Prologue: The Lazarus Incident. Gotcha. Yeah, one of the visual novels I own on the Switch is called Death Mark. It started out as a horror visual novel only in Asia though for the Vita, and then it got ported over to the PS4 and the Nintendo Switch last year. Part 2 of the game, oh no, 2018. Part 2 of the game NG came out
Sure
in
this is the right place.
2019.
When's the next bus back to the city? Beverly, I have arrived. I feel spewed out into the most barren, dark void of Europe. All things considered, this could most likely be the best vacation ever. Feeling chilled out already.
And so we have our main character. You're playing a character named Tannhauser. I can never remember the guy's name.
The next city is like 1,000 miles away.
And now we just go and explore everything.
Ah, yes. That's where I am.
Now I need to warn you guys, you might see a random kitty walk through here. My cats love when I'm playing video games because they like to come in and annoy
The
me.
bus stop. My gateway to the outside world.
Now, Like I was saying, Deathmark, if you like horror visual novels, I'm not sure if it's in English on the Vita, but it's still really good. I have to go back and finish that one.
Brr, looks cold. Its heydays are over. Paddleboat rental. 1 hour, 1 Deutschmark.
Oh, that's awesome. My friend had a PSP. Hello, FC. How are you doing this weekend? Hopefully, your weekend's going good.
Hades. Paddleboat rental, souvenirs, fishing supplies. Closed. A hiking map of the region. The upper section has been torn off.
Yeah, I think I might have to get a new Pro controller here because I'm starting to have some drift, even though nobody notices it.
I wonder what that
Jack and
is.
Daxter was good. I remember playing that years ago. If you missed out on them, go ahead and get those games because it's just like having a new game for you.
I wonder what that is.
Some games are made better for some systems. There's been games that I've played on one version of a system and I didn't like it nearly as much as I liked it on another system.
Arrived at destination after a short walk. Trubberbrook, a tranquil little town. Seems a bit run down. I must say, Beverly, I absolutely fell in love with this town already. This bucket seems to have been hung here for purely decorative reasons. Wooden fences always remind me of my old neighborhood. That is one strange looking cat. That's probably the town's landmark.
Yes, I should be on there tomorrow. I usually do PlayStation Legion and on Wednesdays. On Wednesdays I'm on Scram Punks. Um so
There's a selection of
Wednesdays.
local charcuterie on display. Würstebrei, Stippgrütze, Schlagte Platte, Pothoeke, Tote Oma.
So usually on Wednesdays, starting at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm on Scram Punks, and Sundays I'm usually on PlayStation Legion podcast. Um, Roundtable is just starting back up, so I have to see where that's going to fit into my schedule because I was on Roundtable before I was on PlayStation Legion.
The time traveling machine. complete nonsense from a quantum mechanical perspective.
So at certain points in the game, you can go through and record your messages to Beverly. I think that's his wife or something.
Beverly, I discovered the local movie theater, Mobius Palace. The favorite genres around here appear to be Western and noir.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Let's close that. Saturday night. Okay. No.
Small ads, postings, announcements. They're holding a town fair soon. Exciting.
I only have a Switch, so I just play on my Switch. This game is called Trooper Brook. This is what the cover looks like. Oh, there we go. It gets, as I was saying earlier before you came into the stream, I had played this game before, but there's got different options, so I wanted to play through it again. But it's been about almost a year since I played this game.
Evening.
Hey,
And I was saying that this game was started as a Kickstarter game
nobody there, huh?
Doesn't seem so.
that went to PC, then to PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, and I believe it's on Xbox One. I'm not 100% positive about Xbox One though. For a game that was a Kickstarter game, it is fully voice acted.
Where is everyone?
I saw someone here just a minute ago.
Please ring bell for service. We only serve small pots of coffee outside the restaurant. Look at all these beautiful people.
Maggie Buckert, uh, co-inventor of the revitalizing drink Trespresso. Likes to ride bicycle without being able to control it. Lives together with her two imaginary shaved cats, Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid. The flavor text in this game is interesting.
Must be some kind of ancestral gallery.
According to legend, this young and reckless musician translated a copy of the Necronomicon kept at the Goethe Universität Frankfurt into Spanish and intended to write songs based on it. He disappeared soon after. I just play on Nintendo Switch. I really don't have time to play a whole lot of video games. So I have Nintendo Switch and I have a PC. Um, because of my work schedule and things, I can't fathom buying more than one console if I barely have time to play one.
Hello? I'm not going to give up.
What the hell?
Good afternoon. How can I help you, darling?
There's a room reserved for me. You know the lottery? I won a stay over here.
You won? How can you win a stay in Trüberbrook?
Well, actually, I don't really remember taking part in any lottery myself. Yet I received this winning notification.
What was the name again?
Hans Tannhauser. Dr. Hans Tannhauser.
Tannhauser, Tannhauser, 11hauser. Oh, Dr. Hans Tannhauser. Oh, yes, here we have it.
Yeah, see, if I
Say,
was
is it a quiet
into.
room?
Seeking some peace and quiet.
Well, I'm working on a text and I could really use some serenity.
Text? Are you a kind of writer or something?
I I don't collect retro. Yeah, I work Monday through Friday, and usually Saturdays and Sundays I pick up with everything else I need to do in my life.
I'm a
Um,
physicist. Right now, I'm writing a paper on quantum physics.
I've heard worse. You arrived just in time for the big anniversary celebration. Trüberbrook is a bit noisier than usual around these days. But apart from that, I'd say you have nothing to worry about in terms of disturbance. Here's your key, Dr. Tannhauser. My name is Trude, by the way.
If you don't mind, where are all the other guests?
Let's put it this way. The season in Trüberbrook is already over.
I get the impression the season has been over for some time.
um, my work schedule, I go into work at like 8 a.m. I never know what time I'm gonna get off. So sometimes even when I'm like on my Wednesday podcast, I might have only gotten home about an hour. My stance on exclusives is what makes people buy consoles. I mean, if you could play everything everywhere, there'd be no point in having three different companies.
What?
Please, you've got to help me.
Spookiness right there.
Did that guy just disappear with my paper? Something unusual happened. There was an uninvited guest in my room tonight. Now that he's escaped, I'm going to chase him down.
So yeah, like I play Switch. Yeah, this is one of them. This is my cat Priscilla. She's a Bengal. She's a rescue. Her owner could not take care of her anymore, so she
What
gave
is
her to
this?
me.
Some kind of goo.
What are you doing? You've eaten, little one. You want to lay down up here? You can't get on my shoulders right now. I'm streaming, baby. Yeah, I know. I know. But so for me, like I play Nintendo, my philosophy is if I want a game that I see on another console, then I'll just buy the console and play the game. I've bought consoles in the past just because of games that I wanted to play. Exactly. I mean, that's just the way it is. Um, the main people I see upset about exclusives being on one console is people who just don't want to go out and have more than one. I mean, but it all depends on what you play. To be honest with you, every game since the days of the PlayStation 1, I had a PlayStation 1, I had a PlayStation 2, I had an Xbox 360, I had a PS3, but I never owned them all concurrently. Exactly, Netflix does have exclusives. And some of their exclusives are actually really, really good. Um, but I've never owned more than one console. Like when I had my 360, I ended up purchasing my 360 twice because I got rid of it once, bought a PS3, then got rid of my PS3 and bought my 360 back again. It's just that because of the games that was on each one. Say hi. Come on. Get over there. Um, but because of the consoles, the games on each one is the reason I bought the systems. Like I like the 360 exclusives better than I did the PlayStation 3 exclusives. She's going to figure out what she wants to do here momentarily. There you go. Get down. Um, but that's how I feel about them. But
What a mess.
exactly, they do help you stand out.
I don't want to mess up the crime scene.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to definitely get a pro controller because I'm suffering with a drift on it. Yeah, like tonight I wasn't sure what I wanted to stream, whether it was gonna be a third party game or whatnot. I was thinking about doing Octopath Traveler, but
Hit the
I
button.
wanted to make sure that I got everything in order first because I had to set up and I had some issues earlier where I couldn't play. I didn't had no sound. So probably playing something Nintendo-ish on my next stream. I just want something nice and light today because I had a very tiring day. Had to go to the dentist, even though
Darkest
I
night.
work for a dentist.
In the pale starlight, this village appears to be composed of jagged silhouettes and loneliness.
I don't agree with that because I don't play games for games and services. I mean, I don't buy consoles for games and services. As you see, I play on the Nintendo Switch. The Nintendo Switch got YouTube about a year ago. We don't have voice chat. There's no Netflix. There's nothing like that on the Switch. But I'm completely happy with the Switch because I have other devices that do that for me. I usually play on my smart TV. So with a smart TV, I have a Vizio 60-inch smart TV. I don't need Netflix and things on my gaming console because my TV already has it. I mean, services, okay. Right now, people are screaming they want Nintendo to come up with the times, but people have absolutely lost their bloody minds because Pokemon has DLC now. You can't make everyone happy. Oh, who is this? Oh, that's that.
Hey there. Taking a little night stroll?
Someone was in my room.
You only just got here and you already have secret admirers?
No, it was a burglar, I think.
Well, I haven't seen anyone sneaking around here, but if I were you, I would probably follow these somewhat extremely obvious footprints.
You've got a point there. Please excuse me. This situation is growing aggravating. I
But
followed
that,
the person who stole my notes into a kind of dead-end street, and now he's vanished. Picture me standing here at the edge of the world, stripped of my writings.
sorry, I wanted you
I
guys to
wonder
hear
who
the
on
game
earth
as I
would steal a
going.
paper on quantum physics.
But the selling point for me has always been the games. That's with any console. I remember getting my first PC to play American McGee's Alice. I had a laptop back in the day to run it on. That was like my first gaming PC. Um, the Switch, and I try not to buy consoles on opening day, launch day, because of the fact of I want to know what games are coming out. Like I got my Switch a year later. Yes. Okay.
I wonder if she knows something about the burglar.
Let's see
Do you
here.
like ghost stories? It is said that a Proto-Germanic cult used to live up here in the mountains. They prayed to the spirits of the forests. I know it's a long shot, but maybe this visitor of yours is one of those spirits?
Oh,
Evil spirits?
Nonsense, I was just trying to mess with you. What was your name again? Tenhauser? Name's Gretchen. I'm an anthropologist. In fact, those old Proto-Germanic ritual grounds just so happen to be my special subject. One of them is supposedly somewhere around here, though I haven't been able to find it yet.
Gretchen, well met. Now that's all well and good, but what am I going to do without my notes?
You know what? I'm going to help you track down that burglar. It looks like he escaped with one of the old gondolas. I bet he's hiding somewhere in the mountains, which, incidentally, is also where I was heading. Come on, you're a scientist. You're coming with me now and you're going to help me find this ritual site. Who knows, maybe you'll even find your evil spirit there. The one with an interest in quantum whatchamacallits. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. So what do you say? You with me?
how are you liking the game so far, though? With their first party studios, makers. I think Microsoft realized halfway through that they needed to buy studios because their whole idea when they announced the Xbox kind of blew up in their face, so they had to go to a plan B. I mean, Nintendo, their first party studios always do good because everybody always supports Nintendo first party games, but the third party has been getting a lot of support also on the Switch. So I just think that Microsoft was trying too hard to push entertainment services over gaming when people weren't ready for that. Fast forward now, they've slowly integrated a lot of things into it and it's working for them now.
I.
Ha! I knew you had the spirit of adventure in you. Are you ready to go? I'm ready to go. The early bird catches the worm and all that. We have to find a way up the mountain. It would be easiest if we used a cable car. I reckon that's also what our friend thought.
The cable car doesn't exactly appear to be in pristine condition. What do you think?
Don't worry, I'm sure I can fix this.
These headphones are making me hear things I forget that's in the game and I'm thinking it's not in the game. I don't know, but it's just all I can do right now is say waiting. Um, all that I can
I
do
can
is
fix this. The master key is missing and a weasel damaged the electric mains.
Maybe it was the burglar who did this.
The plan. I'll hold the position and try my best. Why don't you take a look around town? We need the master key for the cable car. Also, we need to override the broken mains. Think you can remember that?
I'll try to remember.
Let's go. This is going to be fun.
um only thing I can say at this point right now is just I can only do is wait till next gen and see what happens. Because like I said, I usually don't buy consoles at the launch because I want to see what games come out for the system that I want to play. Like I could tell you right now, Microsoft was saying that Halo was going to launch with the next Xbox on the same as the next Xbox. I don't play Halo. I can't play anything that's first person. So that right there automatically made it so I don't want to buy an Xbox. Um every gen I see what comes out, what gravitates to me and grabs me is when I buy the console. I bought my Switch a year after it was launched because I found out Skyrim you could play portably, and I have a thing for Skyrim, but Skyrim is one of those games that you don't want to sit in your house and play for hours on end if you don't really have the time for it.
Danger. High voltage. This old generator is running at maximum strength. It's even sending out sparks.
High voltage. There's got to be a way we can fix this.
Hello? Anybody there?
They may or they may not.
What was that?
No, I don't keep older I'm not a retro gamer. I don't keep my old consoles. I don't have the room for my old consoles, old games, old stuff like that. So every time I get a new console, I just trade in my old one and use that store credit towards the purchase of a new one.
This table, it has a
Bloody.
wobble.
Oh, you were
Everything's
saying
going
that you
down
know
the
that.
drain
Yeah,
around
they may
here.
or may not bloody. Usually we got to see what's going on. Like I said, right now we're just in a waiting game with both PlayStation and Xbox till next gen till next November, December. And we got to see what launches and what happens when they do launch. And I'm waiting on Nintendo's end because there's tons of rumors going around that there's going to be a Switch Pro releasing soon. So I'm just waiting to see what's going on. I did not
This
hear.
table, it has a wobble. Everything's going down the drain around here.
Actually, it's quite a nice table.
Be careful. The table is wobbling terribly.
Looks like it was struck by lightning the other night. Still looks in good condition, though.
Is the Switch worth getting it? That's the thing. And this is what I tell everyone. With any gaming console that you purchase, it's worth it if you find something on it that you it's worth you playing. Um like for me, I wanted to play things on the go, but I ended up playing it more docked. It's come out with a bunch of games that I want to play. There's a ton of visual novels on the Switch. There's sim games like Animal Crossing's coming out this year. There's Stardew Valley on the Switch, which is a multi-plat. There's another multi-plat I love on the Switch, a Farm Together, which is another farming sim. Um, what I will ask you is what types of games you like to play, and then go from there to see whether the Switch is something you would want to get. Um, since I don't play first person shooters, that was never a concern for me. If you want like the traditional platformers, it has a lot of platformers. Right now, because of how the Wii U was, they've been bringing a lot of the Wii U content over to the Switch. And I don't blame them actually, because it boils down to, as everybody states, Games cost a lot to make, and if they're on a console that's not doing so hot like the Switch did, I mean not the Switch, the Wii U, um the games that was created for the Wii U, most of them they bought over to the Switch, and they've actually either doubled or tripled in sales on the Switch. So people complain about a lot of ports from the Wii U coming to the Switch, but in all honesty, it's a good financial move because they're able to make their money back. Did I ever play Sly Cooper? I can't remember if I ever played Sly Cooper. I know I played Jack and Daxter. Um, and then the indie scene on the Switch is insane. If you ever like go to the eShop, it's crazy with all the different developers, indie developers on the Switch. So platformers, if you like platformers, and then you have to ask yourself, do you like the more modern looking platformers like how they did with Super Mario Odyssey, or do you like the 2-bit platformers or the 2D, 3D platformers? What types of things do you like? Cuz like for me, I love JRPGs and visual novels. There's so many on the Switch, my backlog is hack and slash. Did you play Dead Cells? Because Dead Cells, I think it's on the PS4 also, but that was from what I've heard, a very good platformer. That's like a Metroidvania style game. Let's get back to this one.
She's the landlady here.
Precisely.
Horror games, most right now, Capcom has been bringing almost everything Resident Evil to the Switch. Now, the one thing I can't figure out about Dead Cells on the Xbox is for the Nintendo Switch and for the PlayStation 4, Dead Cells got physical releases. Resident Evil 7 is the only one that's not on the Switch right now. It's in Japan, Capcom. So with Resident Evil 7 in Japan, Capcom tried streaming it, doing like game streaming to the Switch with Resident Evil 7. It it was not successful. Because I'm thinking because you know how we usually just buy the games and then we play the games with the streaming in Japan when they had Resident Evil 7 on the Switch, you were only getting, like, you would pay a certain amount of money. Resident Evil 7 was streaming only in Japan on the Switch. Um, but people basically rented the game in Japan. And they would get like a 3-month access to the game before they paid it. Yeah, so I think it's ended in Japan. I'm not positive, but they would do like they had broken Resident Evil 7 up into like chapters, and people would pay a certain amount to access those chapters for like 2, 3 months. So it ended up not being as popular as they thought it was going to be, streaming it straight to the Switch. So right now, and Resident Evil 7 is the only Resident Evil I cannot play because it is in first person. And they're talking about doing, did they do that one for VR yet? Oh, Dead Cells had a limited physical release on the Xbox, Bloody. I gotta fix something with my chat here because I'm missing something here. Let's see here. Here we go. Bloody, are you on Mixer? Yes, you are. What JRPGs are you excited for, Bloody? Because I'm getting Tokyo Mirage Sessions next week. Right now, I'm kind of annoyed because there's a huge sale on games on the Switch, and I wanted to get Resident Evil Revelations 2, but I'm broke right now.
Good morning.
Morning, Mr. Tenhauser.
This establishment you call your own has quite the charm.
A family business for more than 75 years. Actually, I took over the guest house together with my brother. But now it's just me and my little daughter.
So what happened to your brother?
The only interest that scoundrel had was in his bottles. In the end, that good-for-nothing took a half too much of his Bolzenschuss and just made off.
Which one you wanted to play, Bloody? Resident Evil 2 Revelation, Resident Evil Revelations 2?
Being the only guest, I was wondering, well, how's the season going so far?
Season? We haven't had one in ages.
Your daughter really likes watching TV, huh?
You see, the kid is always in front of the box. She's got her mind set on extraterrestrials and alien worlds. Nonsense, don't you think?
See you later, Umar. Thank you
Anything
for
else I
coming
can do for
by
you?
and have a great day or evening. Ah, Bloody. I have the first one and I've played through part of it. So when are you getting Tokyo Mirage Sessions? You have Switch, right? Did you see the new trailer on Switch for Tokyo Mirage Sessions? In the news section, they have, if you follow the thing, they have a new video advertisement for Tokyo Mirage Sessions.
I'd like to report a theft. There was an uninvited guest in my room last night.
In our house? Oh dear, I'm so very sorry. Let me call the police immediately.
Thanks.
I will keep you informed.
Yeah, it got me super hype.
Can you
And
tell me something about the old cable car?
The cable car leads up to the old mine. It used to belong to the Baron von Sülz. Then this company from overseas forced him to sell it.
um and I got also the Richter Belmont. It's coming out next week also.
Who exactly is this Baron von Sulz?
Baron von Sülz used to run the mine, a philanthropist and patron of the arts. His wife was the flamboyant Baroness von Sülz. You must have heard of her. Anyway, when the company took over the mine, the Baroness dropped him as well and left the Baron behind. A broken man. Now his cat is his only remaining pleasure.
What were they mining for? Do you know?
An old silver mine, so nothing an quantum physicist would be interested in. It's been a few years, back in the days, when there was enough work for everyone. Then this company took over the mine, only to shut it down immediately.
It you need to look at it. It looks really good.
So why did they shut down the mine?
There is talk and rumors all over the town. Allegedly, people started disappearing without a trace. Tourists, poor laborers without families, the odd stranger. Some folks were also talking about toxic residues in the air and the water. But nobody knows anything with certainty. If you ask me, I'm just glad the whole affair has come to an end. All those rumors have kept Spargates away for years, as you can see for yourself.
I had a thing for Castlevania when I was very young. I love anything dealing with vampires. And so I already got my Simon amiibo that came out in November. I was not expecting the next Belmont to come out so soon, but I just found out on Twitter like yesterday it's coming out next week on the same day as Tokyo Mirage Session. So I have to finish. So I'll be picking it up next week and mounting it on my wall next to my Simon Belmont. How's the game so far for you guys?
What about this mysterious company you were talking of?
They are called Millennium Cooperative or something like that. A very dubious corporation. They have connections to the top, if you know what I mean. Way up to the highest circles of power.
What became of the people working the mine?
More and more outsiders came to town. Nobody knows what they were actually doing in the mines. Some went missing, some went crazy. Who can tell? At one point, they even bought the old sanitarium in order to provide housing for their workers. That was before the mine shut down, of course.
I've heard enough. Thank you.
Anything else I can do for you?
Truda, would you pour me one of your Pilsner beers, please?
Just a second, Professor. Here, a coaster. There you go. Cheers.
That lady is a little weird, actually. Okay. Ew.
Is that a maggot? It's having a good time.
Ew.
Modern cuisine. A lump of minced meat in the shape of a hedgehog, garnished with spike resembling breadsticks. Toast Hawaiian. Cheese skewers. Looks a bit shabby.
Is that better for you, Moss? Hi, Moss. Thank you for coming by. Yeah, there was a maggot in that meat over there. Alright.
They serve traditionally hearty local meals in this place. Apparently, a few maggots found themselves a lovely home in there.
Yuck.
There's something funny about that clock. I'll save you, my little friend.
Ew, we got a maggot.
I don't want to take this with me. If anywhere, it belongs in the trash. But I love cheese skewers.
Ew. What do I have down here? Oh, okay, though. And
She seems very focused. Hey. She She's almost in a trance. Science fiction. Something involving spaceships.
All right, thanks, Moss. We're playing Trooper Brook, Moss. Point and click game.
Please don't stand there.
Excuse me, didn't mean to. What's that you're watching?
Never seen a TV before?
Coming up next, a new episode of Rocket Ship Andromeda.
Have you been living under a rock? With a TV set, you can take journeys to other worlds. Now that I think of it, I have never seen you here before. Are you from another world as well?
You bet I am. My name is Hans. I just arrived from Berlin.
Hey Hans, I'm Leni. My mom owns the place.
70,000 light years from home, the rocket ship has stranded in star system Omega 3.
Thank you for the follow,
Is
Bunny.
Berlin also in Star System?
All right,
Omega
love you
3?
too. Thank you.
Close. Omega 4. That's right next to it.
So you know the place.
You bet I do.
Star Cybernetation Commander Aurora is searching for a way back home.
And what do you do for a living? Are you a famous cybernetician too?
I'm a quantum physicist.
And what? Anyways, I'm going to be a star cybernetician.
Only Commander Aurora can disintegrate the even Rulans into thin air with her space beams.
So, do you Berlinalians have any special powers? Can you make things disappear?
Hmm.
I can make incredible amounts of candy disappear.
I can do that too.
Stay tuned, folks. We will be right back after a few consumer-oriented product endorsements.
My uncle knew how to make things disappear as well. I also know where, but I mustn't tell anyone on Earth.
So what do I have to do to make you tell me?
Well, after all, I'm not originally from Earth. I'm a Berlin alien, remember?
Right. But then, how can you prove you're not an Earthling?
I'll think of something. Look, this is the star log I'm using to stay in contact with my home planet. Just met human child Lenny, keeper of a cosmic secret.
Awesome. Is this a Starlog for real? May I please?
My pleasure.
This is Leni of planet Earth speaking. My uncle had a secret stash hidden under a loose plank in room 3.
Room 3? That happens to be my room.
Room 3 used to be where my uncle Heinz lived.
And where is your uncle now?
My mom says he is now living on planet No Good.
Alright, let's see here.
Now where would this lead to? Locked. What a mess. Nothing appears to be missing, except for my notes. I don't want to mess up the crime scene. At least it seems the burglar didn't rummage through the cabinet. Just a hangar. Empty. Hanging dead animals on your wall is a bit eccentric.
Um,
The weather has brightened up. Maybe somebody hid their money in there. No. Supplemental. I'm afraid the condition of my room is far below expected. There's something lying on the floor. It's a massage rod. Somebody must have misplaced it.
a massage rod. Yes, a massage rod.
This muddle of spots and drips is telling probably more about the room's many previous occupants than I'd wish to know. Huh. There really is a hidden stash below. Loads of useless junk, and an almost empty bottle of schnapps. I'll only take the schnapps. Bolts and shoes. Before you even know, the world lies in ruins. I hope this isn't a bad omen.
Um, okay, it looks like a guest list. Robert Masterson, Joshua Schaefer, uh, beautiful village and fine cozy establishment, a fine getaway from the hustle and bustle of London. So this just looks like a list of people who were visiting here and left their notes. Some are in English, some are in other languages. Sorry about the mess. In different rooms. Interesting. Very, very interesting.
Creepy. Some kind of a sea monster. Must be a local myth.
Now I see why people play with headphones. It's like super immersive. Let's see here.
What's this? The table stopped wobbling? Oh, thank you so very much. I was hardly able to focus on anything else but this cursed wobblery.
Good morning.
Excuse me, sir.
You've got yourself a nice spot here.
The name is Baron Otto Titan von Trüberbruck-Sulz.
Tannhauser, pleased to meet you.
Please, come over. Don't waste the opportunity to put up with the company of a lonely, broken old man.
Are you from around these parts?
You may very well say so. I put all my life's work into the well-being and prosperity of Trüberbrook. I once was the owner of both, the mines and the cable car. That's all history now.
Do you have any friends or family?
My spouse left me for good, and my beloved Trüberbrook is slowly going down the drain. Only Claus remained loyal to me all these years. Alas, now even he has disappeared.
Who is Claus?
Claus is my tomcat, an angel of an animal. He was the only one to always remain by my side. But now, he's vanished, without a trace. Everything in this world is going down the drain. Mark my words.
Maybe he just went for a stroll.
I don't know. Claus was always faithful and stood by my side. Then he just disappeared without a trace. You can't rely on anything in this world anymore. Let me tell you. It's just awful.
What kind of a strange place is this?
Well, you should know. This used to be one of the most beautiful spots on the face of the planet. The fair and the fortunate came here for treatment. Travelers and tourists of all fashion. Citizens that weren't occupied in the tourism business found work in the mines. But it's all over now.
Do you still have the key to the old cable car, by any chance?
Please excuse me, but I need to be on my own now. I need some rest to mourn for Claus.
Could you tell me something about the cable car in this town?
Don't bring up the old cable car. I don't even want to think about it.
Any news about Claus?
Nothing.
Please excuse me.
Wooden fences always remind me of my old neighborhood.
Oh, well, looky there.
Oh my. It looks desperate. That's some sturdy, full-grown reed. A beautiful, healthy tree.
Acersoidu platanus, the sycamore maple.
It won't be this easy getting close to it. I can't get close enough.
Mm.
Fresh air is still the preferable way to dry your laundry. Fresh air is still the preferable way to dry your laundry.
Hanging all of your underwear outside. Okay, let's see here. I think I'm going to try to get up to a certain spot and then I'm going to be ending this stream.
Now look at all these fishing rods. Quite the collection.
You can borrow one if you like, but only in exchange for a pawn. They have a tendency to get lost otherwise.
Pawn? You mean deposit?
Okay, let's see here.
Oh, thanks. For me?
Does this device suffice as a deposit in exchange for the fishing rod?
Yes. Feel free to leave it here.
The massage rod.
Yes, that sounds like a good deal.
Interesting.
Just be sure to bring it back, will you?
Massage rod. That lady's kind of creepy. Anybody else think she's kind of creepy? Let's see here. I mean, like, extremely creepy looking. This guy got a pot belly also. Okay, let's see what we have going on here. Hmm. Excuse me.
Well then, good catch.
Where did he just pull that out from? Uh, what on earth? You look like you're about to fall, dude. Excuse me.
What the? Can opener?
Okay. I got a can opener. A can opener, okay. That's the one thing about me. Even though I've played through a game, I do not remember how to play it a year later. Yeah, let's go right here and see what I can find.
There's a selection of local charcuterie on display. Würstebrei, Stippgrütze, Schlagte Platte, Patoke, Tote Oma.
Yeah, let's go up here.
Danger. High voltage. Good idea, Hans, but that doesn't work at all. It's a well-known fact that weasels have a dangerously loving affection towards all sorts of cables. The present case suggests a rather impressive specimen, judging by the thickness of the cable. Last resort, self-termination. Hi.
Hey.
So, how long have you been here?
The day before yesterday. Feels much longer though. And just saying, the public transportation around here, Germany is a mess.
Why Tribberbrook of all places? It's hard to find, even on a map. But I'm not from these parts after all.
I've been trying to pinpoint the exact location of those ritual grounds for a while now. And when I finally found them, I immediately took off. The people around here are nice, but also a little weird, don't you think?
Something about them seems a bit off, yeah.
Tell me about yourself.
What would you like to know?
So you're from the States, huh?
The United States of America.
Where from exactly?
Woodinville, Washington.
Never heard of it. Any bigger cities nearby that I might know?
Seattle, the rainy jewel of the Northwest. Heard of it?
Oh yes, I know the place. I was passing through some time ago.
You've been to the States?
Yes, once. That was a few years back though. Actually, I had come to New York to attend a conference, but then I got acquainted with some folks there and stayed a while longer.
A while longer. In New York City?
Not the whole time, no. Took a little road trip. First off to the New England states, Boston, Waterville all the way up to Lucid Lake, Mount Cataline, and so on. Then Canada and the Midwest. Montreal, Toronto, Detroit, Chicago. On and on. Then Washington State. Sort of got stuck there. Oregon, down to San Francisco. Ah, those were the days.
Wow. You must have passed through Seattle on the way then.
Yes, maybe. And that's where you study?
No, I studied on the East Coast, the Cornell, Ithaca, under Dr. Schrodinger. Have you heard of him?
Ah, of course. Now I understand why you're on exchange in Germany.
Exchange? No, it's more of a coincidence. I won the trip.
You won?
Don't ask me. I've never taken part in any lottery.
Interesting. Uh-huh. So.
Hi.
Hey.
About the cable car. And you really want to go up there?
Why are you afraid? Whatever we find over there could be of great importance to the Institute of Anthropology. Come on already! And that cable car looks sturdy enough, doesn't it?
Okay, I'll try to come up with something.
Anything else I can help you with?
No thanks. That'll be all for now. Well then, bye.
Bye. See you soon.
Good morning.
Excuse me, sir.
Any news about Claus?
Nothing.
Please excuse me. Locked.
I need to know what happens next.
There's something funny about that clock. There's something funny about that clock. This can must have fallen off the table.
Oh, was that like, what was that? Wait a minute. No. Indicator hotspot, walk, interact, move, cursor, power, walk. Okay. I think that was some cat food. Let's go see something. Or some sardines, maybe? Let's see here. Because I know I need to get the cable car key from that dude outside that's screaming about his cat.
I don't want to cover up these people's works of art.
Okay. Okay, come on, beloved loading screen. There we go.
I can't get close enough. Soft as a feather. I can't get close enough. I put a nice fluffy blanket over the top of that rowboat. A beautiful, healthy tree.
Acersoidu platanus, the sycamore maple.
Okay. Let's see here. What's going on now? Hmm.
Good morning.
Excuse me, sir.
Please excuse me. Good morning.
Morning, Mr. Tenhauser.
Have you talked to the police yet?
I gave the officer an outline of the crime. It's only going to be a matter of hours before someone will attend to the issue.
What do you mean, a matter of hours?
The police station is right next town, but as you know, that's quite the distance. We have to be patient. As soon as the inspector has solved his current case, he will start working on yours straight away.
Keep me up to date.
I will let you know if there are any new developments.
I noticed something.
Speak your mind.
That door over there hasn't been opened in a while, has it?
That's the door to the cellar, where my brother built his little lair. No one has taken any interest in that door since he left. He just took the key with him. Anything else I can do for you?
About the cable car?
Sure. What else do you want to know?
Do you have an idea what became of the Baron's cat?
After he had lost the mine, the cable car, and his wife, all that remained was a kitten. If you ask me, it was probably a bit too much for the poor creature.
I've heard enough. Thank you.
Anything else I can do for you?
I'll be leaving then.
Make yourself at home, Mr. Tenhauser. By the way, the buffet is open. Please help yourself.
$988 of Trooper Brook. September 1st.
I've already made an entry on this. They serve traditionally hearty local meals in this place. Apparently, a few maggots found themselves a lovely home in there. There's something funny about that clock.
Good morning.
Morning.
About the cable car,
Sure.
would you wrap up the whole story in detail for me again?
The cable car leads up to the old mine. It used to belong to the Baron von Sülz. Then this company from overseas forced him to sell it. They are called Millennium Cooperative or something like that. A very dubious corporation.
What was it again that happened?
After he had lost the mine, the cable car, and his wife, all that remained was a kitten. If you ask me, it was probably a bit too much for the poor creature.
I've heard enough. Thank you.
Anything else I can do for you?
I'll be leaving then.
Make yourself at home, Mr. Tenhauser.
The mysterious village. Who is into this kind of stuff?
Hilarious the Unready, Margrave of Tribberbrook.
Conqueror of the Dragon, Savior of Trubberbrook, yep. In the year of our Lord, 1250. Now it's a case for the metal restorer.
Voila. There's a current again. I'll just leave it like that.
Yeah, you would just leave it like that.
I can't get close enough.
just shot the cat out the tree. Sorry. Sorry I'm so quiet, guys, but I'm kind of like wrapped up in this and I need to pop around here and see what you guys are doing around here. Antonio, you still here? Okay, let's see here.
It would tear me to pieces. Good morning.
Excuse me, sir.
Any news about Claus?
Nothing.
Please excuse me. You like this, don't you? It would tear me to pieces. It seems to enjoy the food. It would tear me to pieces. Good morning.
Excuse me, sir.
Any news about Claus?
Nothing.
Oh, okay. Are you enjoying the gameplay so far, Antonio?
Please excuse me.
And now I gotta figure out how to get him to come back home. Let's see here. Yeah, I know. It's strange game. It's a very strange
Morning.
game.
Morning, Mr. Tenhauser.
Is there not a single policeman in this godforsaken hole?
God-forsaken? Be careful what you say. The inspector is in charge of the whole county. And it has been 15 years since something happened in Trüberbrook. A dog had run off, if I remember correctly. Would you like to hear the story?
Not
No.
really. Just keep me informed, please.
Of course, Mr. Tenhauser.
I'll be leaving then.
Make yourself at home, Mr. Tenhauser.
So we need to figure out how to get the cat, because I need to get the cable car key. Or information about the cable car key from that old dude.
I don't want to take this with me. If anywhere, it belongs in the trash. There's something funny about that clock.
Yeah, they are cool. Let's see if I can talk to her to
I
get
need
some
to know
any
what happens
information.
next.
And she is like totally glued to that
I'd
TV.
rather not disturb the little one.
I'm loving. How are you like the voice acting with this game? Because most of them are not voice acted.
Locked. I'm not tired.
Oh man, my stupid Pro controller. I'm hoping I don't have to replace it because I have the limited edition Splatoon one. So I'm hoping, and it's like out of print now. So I'm hoping I don't have to replace this controller. Oh, what's that?
The antenna provides TV reception for the guest house. Fresh air is still the preferable way to dry your laundry. The antenna provides TV reception for the guest house.
I wonder if I'm supposed to go back and get that blanket. Let's see here. I'm gonna go back and try to get that blanket. Let's see here.
I put a nice, fluffy blanket over the top of that rowboat. Brrr. Looks cold.
Let's see here. It's going on 8:30.
There's a clothesline up there, right under my window.
Actually, it's quite a nice table. She's the landlady here.
Precisely.
Good morning. I'll be leaving then.
Make yourself at home, Mr. Tenhauser.
They don't seem to have many bookings. All the keys are still there. This leads to the rooms. Fresh air is still the preferable way to dry your laundry.
All right. I think my issue is I'm getting tired. So I've been on for a little bit. Um. hmm.
The antenna provides TV reception for the guest house. It's the window to my room.
There's a current again.
This old generator is running at maximum strength. It's even sending out sparks. Judging by the smell, this was used to transport cookies and lollipops.
Oh. Okay, let's see here. Curiouser and curiouser. Doofus.
Claus?
Good morning.
Excuse me, sir.
Any news about Claus?
Nothing.
Please excuse me.
Okay. Now we have to see where he went to.
Nowhere to run from here, kitty. Oh, I think he passed out.
You think he passed out? I think he fried himself. Hello, Mr. Righteous Fish. We are playing Trooper Brook. Thank you for joining my live stream. How are you doing today or this evening? Where were you on Wednesday, Mr. Righteous Fish? This is Trooper Brook. It's a point and click game
Is
that
this
I
by
am
chance
playing.
your
This
cat,
is like my
Claus?
first
Oh, my beloved Claus.
live
Where
stream.
have you been? You look exhausted, old friend.
He just fried himself, old man.
Good morning.
Excuse me, sir.
So what's with the cable car?
I used to own the cable car. In fact, the whole mine. Everything was taken away from me. Those maniacs destroyed everything. The cable car, the mine, the whole village.
Please go on.
More and more outsiders came to town. What they were actually up to in the mine, no one knows for certain. But after a few years of quick profits, they shut down the place and closed the cable car all together in one go. Just think of it. This was my life's work. They closed down the mines, drove away the people, and turned a once flourishing community into a ghost town.
Yes, Mr. Righteous Fish. That's one reason why I really wanted to start streaming. I'm glad you're okay. I'm glad you're just working. That's the one thing, the reason I wanted to start live streaming games is because I play a lot of games that nobody's ever heard of. This game here was released for PC, PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch. I'm not positive if it's on Xbox One or not. And because I noticed a lot of people were playing nothing but mainstream games. There's a ton of games out here that are so good that's not mainstream. And I wanted to show people some of these games. This is one game that was recommended to me by my manager at the GameStop that I go to because she was following the project because it started off as a Kickstarter and then it came to the Nintendo Switch. So I am streaming it right now on the Nintendo Switch.
Who are these maniacs you're referring to?
The Millennium Cooperative, a multinational conglomerate of enterprises. Ruthless and unscrupulous. They leave us little family businesses with next to nothing.
Oh, and Happy New Year, Mr. Righteous Fish.
You ran a mining business?
Well, but yes, I am the Baron von Zülz, entrepreneur and mining engineer in the third generation, district mayor of Trüberbrook Zülz and Trüberbrook Düssel, assistant secretary to the municipal council, patron of Trüberbrook and the arts, well known beyond the borders of this country.
What do you mean they destroyed everything?
First, they stripped me of the mine. Then, more and more dubious eggheads and foreign workers started pouring into town, driving visitors away with the gigantic machines.
These must have been difficult times for you.
I appreciate your concern.
Would you mind lending me the key to the old cable car?
You've been so kind to me today. You have reunited an old man with his loyal cat. I'd have given you everything. My heritage, my stocks, my startups. Yet all you desire in your modesty is this aged key. Here you are. I can't fathom what you may want with it, but please, take it.
Oh, okay. So we have the cable car key. Okay, let's get back up here to Gretchen. Um, yeah, I play a lot of odd games. Like one game I think I'm going to want to stream. I'm not positive yet. Is let me get my special collector's edition here to show you. Is this game AI? This is the special collector's edition for the Switch. I haven't even played it yet because when I got it, it came out. It got moved back and it got released right at the time of Link's Awakening, Dragon Quest 11, right around that time. So that's another game that I really want to play. All right, let's see here.
Good job. The cable car is good.
Now that the cable car is fixed, we need something to replace the missing gondolas.
Time waits for no man, not even in Trevor. I discovered a modern telecommunication system further uptown. This might be important to anybody wondering if the world is still turning at the end of the line.
Yes, this game was done by AI. IO was done by. As I have another game in my collection that's done by the same person as Spike. Oh, yes, Steins Gate. I got my collection is odd, but this game was done by Spike Chunsoft, the developer or the publisher, one or the other. And then when I heard that that game was coming out, it looked really really interesting. Um, and when it came out, I just pre-ordered the special collector's edition for it. And let's see here. Now we need to find something to you. Oh, okay. So we got. So far we got the old guy reunited with his cat. We got the gondolas working, and we're ready to head up the mountain. So let's go.
I'm sure this will take us up the mountain.
You're a funny man, Tannhauser. I like it. Man, you're some klutz. We'll meet on top. In case you manage to find a way. See ya.
He just fell off. Chapter 2, Paradiso. I think I am going to end the stream here, Chapter 2, because we've been streaming for about a little over an hour, I believe. And this is starting a new chapter of the game. Oh, wait a minute, we have a cutscene. Wait a minute, cutscene.
Fascinating.
Okay, that was weird.
Neck circumference 39 centimeters. Heart rate 66 steady. Generally neglected, yet overall stable condition. Vigilance decrement, patient somnolent. Reduced effect display. Skin pigmentation livid.
What on
Nutritional
earth?
basic needs
Are
barely
y'all
met.
seeing this dude?
Muscular system recessive, possible myopathy. Barrel-shaped thorax, strongly noticeable funnel chest. Raisin-colored nodes on both sides of the mid-clavicular line in the fourth ICS. Marfan syndrome, arachnodactyly. Lower extremities atrophic. Enormous kyphosis. Extremities bilaterally impaired, reduced muscle tone. Weak monosynaptic reflex. Past finger-nose coherence test line without anomalies. Abdomen flexible, no hardening. Overly vibrant bowel noises. Brisk
They were
peristalsis.
reading his bowel
Reduced
noises.
breathing sound, right hand side, basal. Rattling sounds over both lungs. Split second heart tone. Severe nasal acromegaly.
What on earth?
Carrot-shaped midfacial neoplasm. Creamy nasal secretion.
Creamy
drifting to the
nasal
left.
secretion.
Dental state desolate. Pupils bilaterally round and medium wide. Sluggish reaction to light bilaterally. Sclera jaundiced, downbeat nystagmus. Corneac reflex bilaterally delayed.
Yeah.
Circumference
Let's see what
39
happens when I do
centimeters.
this.
Heart rate 66 steady. Generally neglected, yet overall stable condition. Vigilance decrement, patient somnolent. Reduced effect display.
What?
Skin pigmentation livid. Hyperreflexia, mood agitated. Patient's condition unclear.
Where am I?
Patient has regained consciousness and appears responsive.
I know, right, Antonio?
Tell me where I am?
Patient's orientation to person, space, time, and dimension remains unclear. I have to ask you a couple of questions. How are you feeling?
Ouch.
Who are you?
My name is Hans.
What are you doing here?
The original idea was to go on vacation.
Assuming you knew, where have you been born or assembled?
If the judge was reading those type of charges against you, Mr. Righteous Fish, we need to put a restraining order on you instead of me against Tsunami. Ask him, where was he assembled or born? What should I answer with? I think I'm going to answer with assembled.
Have you ever had a déjà vu?
You're talking crazy talk.
Have you ever had an out-of-body experience?
What
You
on
are
earth?
gonna have an out-of-body experience in a moment, pal.
Interesting. Please remain prepared for further examinations.
Are you even listening to me?
I'm afraid we can't let you leave until we have verified your right to stay. It's for your own safety. Just knock the door loud and clearly when you feel able to undergo a few more experiments. I'll be there to pick you up. The patient's status remains unclear.
What?
I'm feeling a little dizzy.
God, she's walking.
Please behave.
They took away all my cool gadgets and locked me up in this small room. I tried protesting, but to no avail. What have I gotten myself into? It definitely doesn't feel like a relaxing summer vacation so far.
Did they ask him where he... I did nothing, Mr. Righteous Fish. I can't help it. And like I said, you weren't there on Wednesday, but neither was Tsunami, okay? So everything's going to be okay. I'll try to behave. Scout's honor. Keyword there is try. Yeah, it sounds like he's in Area 51, Antonio. Let's see here. What did I just do? Oh, I put the skeleton in the bed. What? Okay.
It's locked tight. Brute force won't help. There. It's covered in mold. A good
Ew.
dose of chloride is the only option.
Huh?
It's calcified. Memories of my dorm room, not so long ago.
Your dorm room had calcified.
No water pressure. Or clogged. There's something written on the wall. And it's hard to decipher in the darkness. They don't seem to take hygiene too seriously around here. I'd rather not know what happened here. A fuse box. The lid is hanging off its hinges.
Oh, please, Mr. Righteous Fish.
Fried. I'm feeling a light breeze of air. Maybe I can squeeze through.
What's that?
Where the heck am I?
We're trying to figure that out. We're trying to figure that out for
Why,
you,
of
dude.
course. But where?
Alright.
I could use this to climb to the hatch. I need a very special tool to unscrew those very small screws. No water pressure. Or clogged. It's calcified. Memories of my dorm room, not so long ago. Looks rusty. A coin. It fell right out of the shower head. And right into my inventory for some cosmic reason. The benefits of capitalism.
Oh, goodness. Him and these one-liners is a mess. It's a riot for me.
I need a very special tool to unscrew those very small screws.
And then dude keep checking at the door for you. Uh-oh. Um, okay. Uh, Sanatorium Paradiso.
The stairs lead up to the administration.
Okay. Writers Guild of Trooper Brook. Look how much detail they put into this game. They got like every book you could touch up here with a title onto it. That is insanity.
Construction schematics for a quantum discriminator. Never heard of it. I am a quantum physicist for what it's worth.
Even over here, all the books. Oh, snap. That's insanity.
X-rays. The wonders of science. As beautiful as the view is, I think I'd rather leave. I'll take it with me. It might come in handy should I need an improvised hat. An aquarium full of leeches? This place is full of strange surprises.
An aquarium full of leeches, folks.
I'm not in the mood
Leeches.
for a snack right now.
The hell you mean you're not in the mood for?
I'm not in the mood for a snack right now.
Okay. Dinosaurs and Trooper Brook. Prehistoric monster puzzles foreign experts. Investigators call for witnesses as a mysterious incident baffles the village. Saturday night, a whole truckload of can openers disappeared into thin air, including the truck itself. The vehicle was parked in front of the guest house Wonderlust, motor still running, while the driver answered an urgent call of nature. Market observers now forecast a major shortage of can openers as well as hefty price tags on the black market. On the good side, probably we can soon welcome a team of the XY files in town. Can opener shortage? Dear God. Okay, week 36. August 11th, 1967. All right. What's this?
Fascinating.
Okay. That was interesting.
Iron bars? This place is a prison. As far as I know, these apparatuses serve therapeutic purposes. They do, right? Sanatorium Paradiso, a bucolic sanctuary in the climatic health resort Trubberbrook. Beautifully situated retreat, fresh forest air, wooded mountain slopes, established high cuisine. A list of patients.
The descriptions are written in German. I would have loved to see. Suffering from severe nostalgia. Do not approach solitary confinement. No solid foods for florists. Holland Peterson was the Goblin Ambassador. What? Like I said, some of these I wish I could read the language so that we could see what they're saying about them. Stephen Walker, Adventure Game Geek. Yannick A. Note. Knows too much. Jonas Etzold started growing awkwardly colorful rainbows on his head. Tobias Triple X was a kobold. Trust issues justified. Ulrich Manuel attacked by a murder of crows suddenly appearing out of nowhere. Reason for stay, grounds for stay. Glenn was a sugar overdose. Jan Bitruff was a lunatic Soviet spy. One guy kept shouting, "You shall not pass," at people. And repeat guest? Dear Lord. Andrew J. King. Patient is in a perpetual state of confusion, is convinced he is dreaming and unable to wake up, complains of constant tiredness and lack of dream powers. Marcus Egger. Got mad while fantasizing about the things to come.
I can barely imagine what these poor souls must have gone through. The door to the room where they had me locked up.
He's sound asleep, but I'd rather not push my luck.
I wonder what's in there. I need the right combination. It's dead. Oh no. I'm not really going to have to replace the fuses, right? My dad always used to say, son, whatever you do, stay away from fuse boxes.
Oh, wait a minute. 5078?
Well, thanks, I guess.
5078. I'll write that down because my memory is shit. 5078. Alright. Let's see here. I think it's a code for the safe downstairs.
I need the right combination. I'll try with this code someone left on the wall. Interesting. These seem to be the medical records.
Lazarus Taft, male question mark. 7/16/1932. Patient detained for further examination after unauthorized incursion into restricted area. Day 3, patient summoned for examination of associative capabilities. Day 9, further examination of associative capabilities. Patient emits blue-greenish fluorescent secretion. Blue-greenish fluorescent secretion. Day 12, lizard test. Fifth is 6 digits of patients, nearly 50% regrowth within the first 24 hours. Day 14, both fingers completely regenerated. Remarkable. Day 55, test sequence association form. Patient's description of shapes and patterns appear lavish, almost infatuant, infatuated. Day 56, patient seems to enjoy even the most dreadful and hideous shapes and patterns. Assumption, patient incapable of evil thoughts. Day 64, patient appears limp and exhausted. Rumler claims to have witnessed an ethereal glow that I cannot confirm. Day 65, patient release unscheduled until further notice.
There you are. You must be lost.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I just needed to catch a breath of fresh air.
No more lame excuses. We are going to perform the test now.
That slumber morel smoothie sure made me dizzy. I can see clearly now.
It sounds like the X-Files, doesn't it, Antonio? What on earth? Alright, so...
Come on, let's get it over with.
If you say so. Let's start with a short evaluation of your associative capabilities. A sort of warm-up, if you will. We are going to show you a series of images, and you will tell me the first thing that comes to your mind. First image?
Should we go with the insane question answers, or should we go with ones that seem somewhat plausible? What do you guys think?
A mesh of dots and lines, like the neural pathways of a nervous wreck. Ever heard of social anxiety?
Fascinating. Second image?
You are aware that all of this is totally obsolete, right?
If you say so. Now focus, please. Image number 3.
Unnecessary violence.
Extraordinary. And we're done. That's that. Mr. Tenhauser, there is no need to play games anymore. It's your decision to make. We both know you'll run out of excuses sooner or later. That's when we've got you. Then you'll have nowhere left to hide. We know who and what you are. Ultimately, it's up to you to take that first step into the right direction. Let's keep you here for the time being.
What on earth?
Now we only need to get a few things set up. Then we'll pick you up once the proceedings are about to commence. Knock on the door when you feel ready.
I think I'm sobering up again finally. What a trip.
Who you telling? Uh...
Are you ready for further tests?
Let
And
me
this-
go.
First, the tests.
Okay,
Fine then. I'm
let's
ready.
do insane answers this time, okay? That guy is like seriously
That slumber
enjoying
morale
this.
smoothie sure made me dizzy. I can see clearly now. Come on, let's get it over with.
If you say so. Let's start with a short evaluation of your associative capabilities. A sort of warm-up, if you will. We are going to show you a series of images, and you will tell me the first thing that comes to your mind. First image?
The universe. But it could also be a cup of latte from a top-down perspective.
I knew it. Second image?
Cookies, molehills, and daddy issues. What if I made up all these along the way? You'd never know.
If you say so. Now focus, please. Image number 3.
Unnecessary violence.
Extraordinary. And we're done. I'm not 100% convinced yet. Maybe you had us fooled all along. Let's keep you here for the time being.
Oh my god. It looks like we're gonna get the series of right answers to proceed.
Now we only need to get a few things set up. Then we'll pick you up once the proceedings are about to commence. Knock on the door when you feel ready.
I think I'm sobering up again finally. What a trip.
Let's try this again.
Are you ready for further tests?
Let me go.
First, the tests.
Fine then, I'm ready. That slumber morale smoothie sure made me dizzy. I can see clearly now. Come on, let's get it over with.
If you say so. Let's start with a short evaluation of your associative capabilities. A sort of warm-up, if you will. We are going to show you a series of images, and you will tell me the first thing that comes to your mind. First image?
The universe. But it could also be a cup of latte from a top-down perspective.
I knew it. Second image?
Cruelty.
Are you sure? Image number 3.
Unnecessary violence.
Extraordinary. And we're done. Counting in the benefit of the doubt, I think you've just met the criteria to pass.
Criteria to pass?
Next up is self-assessment, ranging from 1, very inaccurate, to 4, very accurate. How would you
yeah.
rate the following statements? I often feel controlled by others.
One.
I enjoy carrying a lot of stuff with me.
1.
I don't care much about art.
Good question. I'd say a close 1.
I often get the impression that my life and the world around me is nothing but an illusion.
1. Or 2. No, 1 is good. Is 1 good?
Thank you. Next, we are going to show you a few colors. Please describe them as elaborately as possible. Let's begin. So, what do you see? Please describe this color as precisely as possible.
Aggressive. That color again. It's everywhere. Have you noticed? God, it makes my eyes hurt.
How do you feel about this color? Anything particular that meets the eye?
Boredom. When it's time to have dinner, but you don't even care for lunch.
Thank you. And what are your associations with this color?
Threatening. Like, what if all the mathematics were wrong? What if science was only balanced around hypothetical constants that can't have a singularity at the end by definition? Axioms only put parameters on space-time. They don't constitute them. The cosmos is always as much concept as it is a physical object. What if our brain is denying us to ever find out which is which? Are we done soon?
You know, this isn't really optional. If you had to put a name on this shape, what would it be?
Truda. Like the mother I never knew.
And this one?
Kevin?
Thank you. That's that. Now a few questions where you have to make a decision.
Oh my
Would you rather
goodness.
have landed in Roswell or crashed on the moon?
Either is fine. Technically, both would make me an astronaut.
Or would you rather be in the Cold War wearing short pants or in a very hot war wearing an anorak?
I'm a pacifist. I'd go naked.
You
Would
go
rather have
naked.
a hematome or sickle cell anemia?
I don't care. At least I'd have my tools. And you're a tool for asking this.
Would you rather want to have Heinz Erhardt's expertise in economics or Ludwig Erhardt's sense of humor?
Can't I have Amelia Earhart's courage instead?
Would you rather be an eagle with a shell or a turtle with wings?
Is this about calculating the aerodynamics of a turtle shell in relation to a given wingspan?
Thank you. Think of your childhood. What are the first three items coming to your mind?
Kiss my bum.
Are you sometimes afraid of the day your true identity becomes uncovered?
Well, yes. Aren't you?
Do you sometimes feel that everything is just about to happen, while all of it has already been decided?
Yes.
Congratulations, my dear Mr. Tannhauser. You have passed the associative test with excellent results.
Uh-oh.
I have no more doubts that you are a real human.
A real
What the hell?
That's what this was all about?
I apologize for the
What the
inconvenience,
hell?
but one can never be sure these days. It's our civic duty to track down and detain these aliens. They are
What?
enormous. Mark my words, Mr. Tannhauser.
Who's this fruitcake?
You're free to go. Please show yourself out.
I'm a human being, of flesh and blood, and now I'm going home. Aliens? You must be out of your minds.
This huh? I don't even know what it is. I'm gonna just take it.
This is an act of illegal detention. I know my rights. Prepare to get sued.
Oh, that just huh? Okay, well, I'm a real human. I ain't an alien. That dude is still sleeping. Is he still sleeping over there?
He's sound asleep, but I'd rather not push my luck.
I can hear the birds chirping outside. Ah, the sweet sound of freedom.
So the sanitarium is used to see if you're an alien or not.
Under the doormat.
How did I get to chapter 3, the Tannhauser Gate? Okay.
Where am I?
Hmm.
Hello? Anybody there?
This
Oh.
way.
What is this place?
Whoa.
I've arrived at some sort of mining facility. It looks abandoned. Judging by our tracks, I've almost caught up with Gretchen. This chain is part of the cable car. Let's have at it. A compartment in which to shed tools. A compartment in which to shed tools. A rusty old cogwheel.
Yes, and what's so crazy about this, Mr. Righteous Fish, is this was a Kickstarter game. It started on Kickstarter. The development team, I think I want to say, is less than 20 people. And it became popular on PC, and then it was able to get ported to the PlayStation and the Nintendo Switch. For that, and the option of the voice acting is complete. It's not, you don't even have an option to cut it on or off. It's automatic in it, and I think it's in English and German. So I was just sitting there, I was just amazed by that.
It's the same device as down in the valley. C3H8. Propane. Highly flammable.
Well, I'm carrying something now around that will make me go boom.
An old ore mining cart. Beyond repair. It seems like someone wanted to avoid any misunderstandings.
believe I found Gretchen's campsite. She probably went ahead without me. An old ore mining cart. Beyond repair. It still needs a little extra something to get it going. An old ore mining cart. Beyond repair. The ashes in this fire pit are still warm. Maybe someone cooked him or herself a meager dinner. Stop.
Hello, Pris. Welcome back, Priscilla. I am still in my stream, little girl. Don't put your butt to the camera.
Could end up blowing it to smithereens.
Debris. People keep losing helmets all the time. An old ore mining cart. Beyond repair. It still needs a little extra something to get it going.
It's the same device as down in the valley.
An old ore mining cart. Beyond repair. Here we go.
Idiot. Yeah, that was interesting. You ain't dead, you little klutz.
Beverly, the time has come. I am stranded, trapped deep underground in some sort of god-forsaken cave. It's freezing cold. I can hardly see a thing. Whoever finds this recording, please hand the cassette tape to Miss Beverly. And now this. Hello?
Okay, let's see here.
Completely kaput. Darn. My attempts at resourceful engineering have not withstood the test of time. Phew. Always remember to wear your helmets, kids. It gave up the ghost. Phew. Always remember to wear your helmets, kids. This valve is missing its rotary handle. Darn. My attempts at resourceful engineering have not withstood the test of time. Years of decay made this pipe brittle. It's almost coming off the wall. Away with it. Phew. Always remember to wear your helmets, kids. Darn. My attempts at resourceful engineering have not withstood the test of time. Completely kaput. Good thing there's no monkey wrench involved in this puzzle. There you go. Water March. Always remember to wear your helmets, kids. I've heard that cave fishing is a thing, but I'm really not in the mood right now. This pickaxe is probably the only tool around here that could be useful to me. Always remember to wear your helmets, kids. Completely kaput. Can anybody hear me? I wish I could leave this godforsaken cave. I've heard that cave fishing is a thing, but I'm really not in the mood right now. Maybe I can swing over. Always remember to wear your helmets, kids. This pickaxe is probably the only tool around here that could be useful to me. That's a pretty deep drop. I can't even see the floor from here. There's got to be some water down there somewhere. That's a pretty deep drop. I can't even see the floor from here. There's got to be some water down there somewhere. Years of decay made this pipe brittle. It's almost coming off the wall. That's a pretty deep drop. I can't even see the floor from here. There's got to be some water down there somewhere. Maybe I can swing over. An interesting rock formation. It doesn't look too solid. I've heard that cave fishing is a thing, but I'm really not in the mood right now.
Tannhauser and Gretchen finally reunite.
Oh, you finally made it! I almost thought you'd never come. Look at you, covered in dirt. Did you stumble all the way here through the old mines?
I don't have to answer that. Anyway, you're not going to believe what just happened to me.
Yeah, I guess you're right. You gotta tell me every single detail when we have the time.
They sure have big doors around here.
It looks like they really wanted to make sure there was no trespassing.
Beverly, for a moment I thought I was a goner. Now that I've been able to escape this compromising situation, Gretchen and I are standing in front of a gigantic steel gate. I'll get back to you with more details. Could you point the light in this direction?
Ah, interesting. This looks like a Latin inscription. Hang on to your head. Interpreted freely, this translates to Path of No Return. Hogwash, you Romans.
Look, this seems to have activated one of the lights on the vault door. You see that afterglow?
Please light up these symbols.
Wow, these look like Neolithic cave paintings. Who would have guessed? A group of stickmen fallen asleep around some sort of hexagon. Tannhauser, this is sensational.
Fallen asleep.
Interesting. Maybe these inscriptions are somehow connected to the opening mechanism. Some sort of photonic reception, perhaps.
What's that over there?
Only a flock of bats. Or is it a swarm? A herd? A gaggle?
What's that over there?
You're not gonna believe this. These are Germanic runes, my special field of interest. This one roughly translates to Be gone, stranger, for all you may find here is certain death.
Did you notice that other little light turning on?
Could you point the light in this direction?
Just a shadow.
What do you make of this?
Weird. Tannhauser, these are ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs. What are they doing here? I'm afraid I don't know too much about them. This pictogram on the left could mean door or gateway. It's followed by the symbol of death. Doesn't that spark your curiosity as well?
There, another light.
Let's see here. We have one more to find.
We need to get that door open.
Yeah, we know this, Gretchen.
What's that over there?
Interesting. Are you thinking what I am thinking?
Is this a graffito?
Down here. In any case, it's hard to decipher.
Are you seeing that hexagon there as well?
No idea. We've got the door open already?
Now there are 5 lights. What does it mean? Maybe this is some kind of activation device. And again.
Oh, okay. Looks like we have to do this in a certain
Can
order.
we take a look at the graffito again? Please point the light to the hieroglyphs again. Could you show me that ruin thing again? Please show me the Latin inscriptions again. Could you light up the cave paintings for me again? Again, 5 lights. And again.
Any ideas?
Could you light up the cave paintings for me again? Please show me the Latin inscriptions again. Can we take a look at the graffito again? Please point the light to the hieroglyphs again. Could you show me that ruin thing again? Again, 5 lights. Maybe this is some kind of activation device. And again. Please point the light to the hieroglyphs again. Could you light up the cave paintings for me again? Could you show me that ruin thing again? Can we take a look at the graffito again? Please show me the Latin inscriptions again. Again, 5 lights. And again. Can we take a look at the graffito again? Could you show me that ruin thing again? Please show me the Latin inscriptions again. Could you light up the cave paintings for me again? Please point the light to the hieroglyphs again.
Open sesame!
Again, 5 lights. And again.
Did you actually rappel down?
Of course, how else?
Can I get a light here?
No, nothing.
I've been thinking, what if it wasn't meant to keep someone out, but to keep something in?
Let's find out.
this is some kind of activation device.
One second, guys.
And again.
I need to take a phone call. I'll be right back.